Because you got something different?
My hits were different, and I think it's because, obviously, I mean, if you spend more time with the story, then you've worked your way through the first thing that came to you, and then you're on to something different. And so it was fun for me to see that my hits were different in why and what I'm thinking about now.
I think the act of translation, I use translation kind of loosely, I think it's a very powerful activity. And one way we can support that is by giving variations as well as repetitions. So you take the tradition, she says you are true to the source, and you tell your own story. And it's like you're accountable to both of those. They're kind of different pressures. So how is it true for me? How is it true to the source that came to me? What is the source anyway? The variations of it keep going. So you have to kind of say, so what is the real archetype? And in Jung's sense, we can never express an archetype. It's beyond our capacity. Sort of Plato's idea of form. And so, but we can let it come through. Right? So we're true to that, as true as we can be. And we say, have I experienced this? Or if I were to experience, what would it look like? And we try to feel that. And when we tell the story, we're kind of carrying those dynamics. And that's what gives it vitality. And that's what makes it the particular level. Right? So we're saying, so what's happening right now? What is the word that wants to come through? And I like to do a story multiple times because it kind of frees me from word for word repetition. So, okay, so what's vibrating in this now? What would be the way to say that? Do you say it, or you just say the butter? Do you call him stupid at this point, or do you have more sympathy at this point?
Yeah, it's really interesting. In the Montessori method, there are 5 whole group lessons in the whole year, and then everything else is small group or one-on-one. And they're called the 5 great lessons, and they're done with storytelling, and you can have props. But they're these huge topics. So the first one is how the universe and the earth came to be. So it's like the 3 states of matter, the laws, all of these foundational laws of physics, the whole theory of the Big Bang, and it's like this huge story, right? And so you take several days to do it, and then there's this next one is how life came to be, and there's 5 of them. So she said that the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, what they would be in the public school, they all hear them every year. Partly because the hit changes, so the kids are supposed to take these stories, and their passion for exploring the curriculum comes from these stories. Like, I want to know more about rocks, or I want to know more about ancient Egypt, and so it's like we take the whole curriculum and lay it out. Here's how the whole world has happened. Whatever you're interested in the world, go for it. And so their hit changes, and then for me to retell those stories every year. And so my props can change, and the way that we interact with the stories can change, but it's such a profound thing to be a storyteller. And then to experience the story multiple times is just as profound. It's like the most amazing pedagogical tool.
Yeah, because you're liberated from that responsibility to replicate some external imitation of truth, and to say, what is the embodiment of that? How can I still be true to that? How do I see our enactment of that at this point in time?
And it's about making the connection with the information. So I'm not standing up in front of the class and giving all of these facts about the Devonian period. We try to do it in a way that's lively and impressionistic. And there's so many different ways of doing the Big Bang. So there's the one where you can take a black balloon and fill it up and put in star confetti. And when you pop the balloon, the confetti flies all over around the room. And then you take a glass dish of water and put some of the confetti in, and because of surface tension, the stars will start to come together. So it's like a kind of a way of seeing how the galaxies started to form. There's this attraction, And so I bring out this balloon, and even the 5th graders are like, "Oh, can I sit? I love that lesson. Can I sit in on that one?" Because it's just this magical moment, and it's not always about the facts. It's trying to just have an emotional response and a connection and a passion to the story. The story is the kicking off point to your whole academic year. And the facts can be there, but it also can be the sense impression, and you have that fluidity as a teacher. So it's just incredible.
Thanks for that example. That's terrific.